this point of the season, we have a pretty decent glimpse of who these teams really are. So still plenty of time for teams that have been good so far to fall apart, as many do. Just going to throw the Mets out there. Even no, just kidding.
Yeah, fall apart Mets.
Yeah.
I'm a Braves fan, so that's why I'm saying that. There's still time for us to go above 500.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Exactly.
For the Braves fans out there, we have plenty of games left to turn things around. But we do have a little bit of clarity on these teams with our power rankings, which is fantastic. Let's welcome in our Matt Snyder, the man behind them all. We're going to start with the Phillies. So they lost on Sunday. That broke a 9-game winning streak. But, Matt, you have Philly moving up 5 spots to land in that #1 spot. Walk us through it.
Yeah, they've been outstanding recently, and I know that during the 9-game winning streak, it was against weaker teams, but the thing that great teams do is they take care of business against bad teams. They don't win 2 out of 3 in those. They went on a 9-game winning streak, and it hasn't just been this short stretch right here. The Phillies have actually won 21 of 27 overall, the best mark in baseball during that stretch. The offense is actually capable of more, other than Kyle Schwarber, who's been unbelievable with 18 home runs to lead the majors, but it's not like they've been playing over their heads here. As I said, everybody other than Schwarber capable of more offensively. If you look at the rotation, Aaron Nola has been awful, and he's on the injured list now. Ranger Suarez started the season on the injured list. He has only made 4 starts. Jordan Romano was terrible in the bullpen to start the year before he started to get things going. Jose Alvarado right now has gotten busted for PEDs. So it's not like they've had every single thing go perfectly for them, and still they've won 21 of their last 27, and they look like the best team in baseball right now.
Good stuff for them right now. We just mentioned the Mets rounding out the top 5 on your list despite winning the series against the Dodgers, so you think they might be higher. But you look at Juan Soto. Since that series against the Yankees, Soto, 5 for 34, a 1.47 batting average. The Mets 4 and 5 in that span. What's going on in New York?
Well, first of all, I probably could have or even should have put the Mets ahead of the Dodgers since they beat them head-to-head. They have the exact same record. They beat them head-to-head. I get it. For me, the top 6, Phillies, Tigers, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Cubs, are all very even, and you could slot them however you wanted, and I wouldn't argue. As for Soto, I talked to John Smoltz last week, and I asked about, do guys press in the first year with these contracts? And he said it takes a special kind of player, and Juan Soto is a special player, to deal with these kind of expectations. And if it starts to get bad, to paraphrase, it can kind of snowball on you, and you start pressing, and you start thinking about the people you're letting down, and you start thinking about the contract. And he said it is unfair, but it is part of it that you aren't allowed to struggle anymore. You just aren't. Because of having that big of a contract, everybody's going to say, what's wrong with you anytime you struggle for a little bit? And in all likelihood, that's all he's doing. He's just going through a short stint of struggling, and he's probably going to get hot at some point. But because of that $765 million deal that everybody heard about in the offseason, we're all worried about him, and we're talking about him all the time. That just comes with the territory.
Everyone struggles, but when you're getting that amount of money,
yes,
you're not supposed to struggle. Ain't that the truth? Just do your job.
Yes.
Do your job. All right. Looking at your biggest movers here, the Guardians up 6 spots to #12. Matt, they had a nice bounce-back week to win 4 of 6 in Minnesota and Detroit. What are you seeing from them lately?
Yeah, that was outstanding of the Guardians. They had a really bad stretch there, and then they won 1 of 2 in Minnesota, and then won 3 or 4 in Detroit. And it's interesting that happened on the road, because they actually have a lot of home games coming up. They've played 8 fewer games at home than they have on the road, and now 4 of their next 5 series are at home. And it started where you would think it was going to start. Carlos Santana, Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez have all been hitting the ball very, very well. And the bullpen, which was the best bullpen in baseball last year by a pretty sizable margin, started the year off slow, but it's really started to put things together here. So this is a time that the Guardians could really make a pretty good move on the Tigers in the AL Central here. They're 4 games back, but again, for their next 5 series at home, they haven't played that many home games, but they've been hot at home. It's a good spot for them.
How about my Red Sox? They are just struggling to find some consistency there, up 1 spot, looking to get back to 500 quickly. You have them at number 18. What do you think's going on with them Sox?
They haven't been able to get stuff going in the rotation. I mean, Tanner Houck has been pretty terrible pretty much the whole year. Walker Buehler started out slow. He started to put things together. He got ejected last week, but he might be back. Garrett Crochet has been great, but he's on limitations. We saw him limited in his start last week, and the Red Sox talked about how it was planned. Offensively, they could use a lot more than Devers and Bregman as well. Duran's probably better than this and should be doing better.
The Rangers dropping 5 spots to number 20. The win on Sunday broke a 6-game losing streak. Another team that's really struggling to find consistency there. But they're only 4 games out, Matt.
It's funny, heading into the year, you thought, oh, the offense is going to be great. What's the pitching going to be like? DeGrom, Eovaldi, and Molly have been unbelievable in the rotation, but the offense just isn't there. Corey Seager's hurt. He's been on the injured list multiple times. Adolis Garcia might well be washed up. Marcus Semien, I think, probably is pretty well washed up. Wyatt Langford's been good, but not great. There are just problems up and down that offense.
All right, Matt Snyder, you can get that full list on CBSSports.com. We appreciate you. We love a little Monday Power Rankings. We've got some good action on tonight. My husband is home. Yay! But go Red Sox.
Yay,
just
Will
throwing
is
that
home.
there. Yay! Will is home for 2 days. We got some good games on tonight. I'm excited to watch some baseball on the couch on Memorial Day. Nothing better than that.